Hello and welcome to a special one-off edition of the Herrington Carmichael Employment Law video blog. My name is Alistair MacArthur, I'm the head of the employment team with Herrington Carmichael, and the number one question we're getting asked at the moment are what are the key changes to employment law in 2018? So here is a really key brief summary for you of all the things you need to watch out for. Number one this year, the General Data Protection Regulations. Coming into force in May, you need to be looking at this now if you're not doing so already. What we're looking at here is we're looking at changes to the way that personal data is handled by employers and other corporate entities and businesses who gather personal data. So if you've not started looking at this already, please do so, because we haven't found a business yet that's not going to need to make some changes. If you need some advice on it, come and let us know. Next, we're expecting the law to continue to develop and undulate through the world of Brexit. Brexit is a key political subject and we're very much sitting and waiting to see what happens. We expect in the coming year that there will continue to be publicity about what's going to happen and what changes there might be, and we'll be bringing those to you as part of our regular video blog. Thirdly, if there was a hot subject in 2017, it was the issue of worker status, or what's happening in the gig economy. You'll know the cases of Uber, Pimlico plumbers, for example, and we're expecting more cases to come through on this in the coming year. There are appeals to the Supreme Court, again by Uber and Pimlico plumbers, which we need to watch out for, and as always we'll be bringing you the latest developments in those. From April, there's mandatory gender pay gap reporting for businesses who have 250 or more employees. This has been in place for the last year, but we're actually coming to the real crunch point now where businesses have to report. If you haven't reported already, you need to be looking at this and potentially reporting if you have 250 or more employees by the beginning of April. So please look at it very carefully, make sure you're doing what's required by the regulations and you're publicising. This is the one where there is no real remedy available to employees or penalty for employers if they don't report. However, there's always that bad publicity coming. Number 5, changes to the taxation of termination payments. With effect from April, there's going to be a small change to how termination payments are treated for taxation purposes, and this relates to whether you had the reserved right to pay in lieu of notice or not within your contract of employment. Currently, where there is no reserved right to pay in lieu of notice, an employer can potentially pay the notice pay as contractual damages. However, with effect from April, that's no longer going to be possible, and taxation will have to apply to what is the notice period or the equivalent of the notice period. We're still waiting for the final regulations on this, so please watch out for it. There's some restrictions coming in relation to the employment allowance relief in relation to illegal working. So if an employer is found to have been employing people illegally or allowing people to work illegally, there is now the risk that you're going to get rid of the allowance that you're permitted as a consequence of national insurance. So this is going to go, so please be watchful of this. It's a potential extra penalty for employers, so please be mindful. And finally, we're continuing to see the increase and rise in tribunal claims. That's continuing to grow and continuing to develop, and we expect that during 2018 that's only going to keep going, so more tribunal claims, I'm afraid. As always, we'll keep you up to date with the latest developments as they come along. Please keep a watch out for our emails, our LinkedIn updates and our tweets, and we'll be pleased to bring you anything new as it develops. Thank you.